We go. I do believe we're live again. So I'll say, indeed again. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me on this conscious evolution for another opportunity for us to consider. Today's centering thought has been this consideration of thoughts gathering, information reassessing, letting go. Yes. You see that right there wasn't me forgetting what my stream topic was about. It was just me embracing today's stream topic so fully that I let go of it even in memory. Yes. Yes. But that is the gist of today's stream topic. It got inspired by a moment of discomfort this morning. You know when your dog poops on the floor, even though they have access how to go and do their business on the grass instead of doing their business on the floor inside the house. And then they do it anyway, and then you find yourself all uptight about it, right? I was having one of those today. And then I found myself in this moment considering that whole adage of forgiveness is something you do for yourself. That for me to release this tightness, this grudge, if you will, I have to let go of it, right? And it's going to benefit me if I let go of it. And then I thought to myself that if that's true as it relates to forgiveness, as it relates to the dog pooping on the floor, maybe it's true for other things as well, you know. Maybe there are other things that are worth being let go. And that sounds a little bit rough. I don't think people are ever worth letting go for what it's worth, right? But there are definitely a lot of stuff, a lot of things that our society finds themselves enamored with that might be due a letting of go. All this talk of lions has me thinking about Secondhand Lions. Love that movie. Hey Google, the movie Secondhand Lions. Secondhand Lions is a heartwarming and humorous coming-of-age film released in 2003. The movie centers around a 14-year-old Walter Caldwell. In the movie, so my poor brain, I think it's like definitely setting in that reading is going to become significantly more difficult from now on. His irresponsible mother, May, leaves him for summer with his two reclusive, eccentric great uncles on their dilapidated farm in Texas. Initially, Walter is wary of his uncle, who seems gruff and spend their days shooting at traveling salesmen. However, as the summer progresses, he becomes fascinated by their mysterious past. Uncle Garth begins to tell Walter incredible tales of their adventures in the French Foreign Legion, encounters with the Arabian sheiks, lost treasures, and beautiful princesses named Jasmine. Through these stories, and by spending time with his uncles, Walter learns about courage, honor, and the importance of believing in something, even if it might not be entirely true. There is something to be said, a thing to be related with the whole fractal of there are things to be forgotten, even if they are real. Right? You know what I mean? No? Do I know what I mean? I think so, yeah. Walter learns about courage, honor, and the importance of believing in something even if it might not be entirely true. He also witnesses a softer side to his uncles as they gradually open up and even start spending their rumored fortune on things like a tame, retired circus lioness that becomes Walter's pet. Yes, that seems reasonable. Let's buy our little nephew a little lioness, just with our extra cashes. And panics inside. It's all for the drama, right? Yes. Totally. The film beautifully interweaves the present day interactions on the farm with the fantastical stories of Hub and Garth's youth. Ultimately, Walter learns valuable life lessons from his unconventional uncles, discovering the meaning of family and the power of being and the power of believing in the extraordinary. Yeah. Um, you ever heard about secondhand smoke? That's the thing that my mind was going down the rabbit hole of, is that you're getting secondhand lines from me right now. That there is a little bit of a contact experience. And I do believe that, right? The energy that a person exhibits does influence the outside world as well, right? There definitely is a lot more interconnectedness going on here than we're maybe willing to give ourselves credit for. Cough. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there is knowledge. There is knowing. I'm no longer scared, for what it's worth. I think that's kind of nice. As this experience becomes more and more apparent to me, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not going to be scared. I'm just going to be aware. I'm going to have my eyes very open. Secondhand what? Secondhand lions. You don't know what that is? It's actually two things in my mind now. It is the potential for there to be a contact experience where me sharing my experience might make you have an experience too. We do have these things called mirror neurons. Did you know that? I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did that. I was thinking about your mirror neurons. And then I was like, what's the most absurd information that I can feed your mirror neurons right now? And then my mind was like, pushing buttons. I'm so sorry. Sometimes my mind gets access to the external output. And then. Yes, mirror these neurons. How about you feel some things? How about we feel what it's like to let go? Is that something we want to mirror, though? Letting go is something usually painful. Usually we don't let go because we want to. Usually we let go because it's circumstance. A person we love potentially no longer loves us or needs something else in their lives, so then we let go. Or we had something, maybe we bought ourselves a nice car at one point in our life and then we had to sell it because we couldn't afford to pay the insurance or whatever. Letting go. Maybe we had a dream. Maybe we had a dream. And then as we grew up and became adults, we were slowly and more seductively asked to let go of that as well. So in that way, I feel for the most part, letting go is definitely something that's a little bit loaded in our minds as people. So today I really want to think of letting go as something you do for yourself. Right? That you can gain something by letting go. And I don't know if that's true, for what it's worth. I don't know if that's true. But that's the topic. That's the topic. Because I have moments like these. Now, these days, especially, rarely. And when I do, I find myself questioning why. And then I come back into my experience as someone who is completely, maybe not completely, but mostly, let's say, in the world. Right? I'm aware of my own limitations. Maybe limitations is not the right word. I'm aware of my own filters. And I'm willing to admit that, yeah, these filters are handy, right? I appreciate having a bunch of mental blocks when I'm just trying to like study a concept, for example, right? Instead of having the infinite universe flowing through me at all times, I get to just have this one concept flow through me right now. However, by doing that, we let go of a lot. We let go of everything. We let go of everything around us, everything. And in doing so, there is this full circle-edness where you realize you are that which you think you're holding on to, right? It's okay, I don't understand. You don't have to, fortunately, right? And if I am giving off the impression that I do understand, then both of us don't understand. Because I don't understand either. What I'm saying is that there is this give and take, right? As I go into an experience like this, even though I'm doing it less and less, I realize that this willingness to let go of my ego gives me a lot, right? Gives me good stuff. But it's harder as I become more and more entrenched in my ego for me to do that. Right? That's what I'm saying, if I'm to be understood. It's harder for me to do that. And it's interesting for me to notice that difference in my own behavior and my own, let's call it fear response, right? My own ego's ability to pull little strings in my behavior for me to be one way or another. Letting low is often necessary. Letting go is often necessary. I am at a moment in my life where I have to let go to grow, and it is stressing out my loved ones because the person I have been playing the role of my whole life no longer serves me and only serves them. Yeah, letting go for yourself. How about that for some more synchronicity on that side? I'm going to partake of this Dynavap, show you a piece of art, and then I'll probably say you a goodbye. I'll let go of this stream as well today. If you see it, that is the different thing. Why? Do I know what you're saying? If you see it, that is a different thing. Why do you keep calling it the same thing? Because if you see it, it is an extension. And if it is an extension, what does it extend from? That's my retort, right? And when you really think about it, you realize it extends from you. There is this torus field that your entity, your essence, your beingness outputs into this world. And that torus field energetically outputs and influences, shapes reality, right? Moves people, things, stuff, technologies, so that you may find yourself in the right place when you get there. Right? Like we are very powerful like that. Again, right? That's what I mean when I say like we are powerful as human beings. I'm not just talking about like our ability to pick up a sword and slay someone else. That's like sissy powers, right? That's like small power. The ability to have reality end up a certain way because you existed in reality simultaneously. That's a big deal. ChatGPT assisted wish for you, Mel? I'm curious. I'm gonna absorb it. I'm guessing you're gonna send it next. Whew. Yeah, there we go. May you find strength in each step. Jeeps. Restart. May you find strength in each step, clarity in each challenge, and light in the darkest places. May your spirit stay grounded, your heart stay open, and may you return transformed, only wiser, but more whole. I appreciate that. Closing my eyes, I see 4 geometry. And at the center of it, there was a pink little flower. Very cool. Thank you, Mojo, for blessing me with such beautiful things. Now it's time for me to bless you with a flower of my own. Read you a poem. Say you a goodbye, and then see you a tomorrow. There is our flower. Geometry of 8. Go away. Right at the center of that flower, there's a little star. Absolutely shining. Bye. Bye, blessed friend. Blessed friend. That's nice. That's very nice. I like that. Bless you too. All right. And the poem. The Lull, it's called. The Lull. It's quiet. Not the kind we prayed for. More like a hush. Before a storm decides it will land. The air is thick with maybe. Systems teeter, truths tangle, and no one's sure what's breaking or what's being born. We scroll, we sense, we feel the pressure shift, but can't name the wind. This is the lull. Not peace, not panic, just the weight of waiting. But here, in the soft confusion, we still breathe, we still stretch our days into shape, light candles, laugh mid-collapse, water the garden anyway. Maybe that's the work, to stand in the middle of what we don't understand and be gentle, still. To not rush the next chapter, but read this one slow. To listen not just for answers, but for our own steady heartbeat beneath the noise. We are not lost. We are in the turn. So hold the moment, like the tide holds the moon. Quiet, faithful, like it's the truth. Yeah. The moon. I think it's full moon tonight, isn't it? Hey Gemini. Hey Google. Is it full moon tonight? Yeah. It is full moon tonight. How about that? It's full moon tonight, and based on my cycles for my flower, it's going to be the 9 geometry one, which is the last one in my cycles, right? It's the number of completion. So there's more fullness there too. Yes. Full circle. And then I have embraced this experience as well. So more circles will be looped yet. It will be 8 p.m. something Central Time in the USA. 8 p.m. It's going to be AMs for me. Probably. I appreciate ye. Thank you, friends, for joining me. I appreciate ya. Can you feel our energy bubbling up? I can feel mine at the very least as well. And the fact that it's full moon means that there's definitely happening in all of our minds. It is something that definitely does happen to our species, right? The people that are more open when it comes to the mind, right, end up being especially rowdy when it's full moon as well. I appreciate you, friends. Tonight is the night, y'all. We learn more. We grow, we bloom, we become, realizing that despite it being a little bit of a lull, the only thing that we need to be doing is breathe. That's the one thing we don't have to let go of. The rest we can let go of for now. Just hold on to your breath. Maybe that's the lesson. I like that. Yeah. That's the last thing to let go of. Breathing. Don't let go. I'll see you friends again tomorrow.